Jason Vita here from Richmond Athletics with sophomore golfer Ben Cooper. Ben, thanks for joining us. I'm sure, all the years you've been playing golf, thinking about how college golf would be, did you ever see your freshman year ending prematurely amid a global pandemic?
Geez, I mean, I thought a lot of different scenarios, but never something like this. Yeah, it's been unreal for sure. I was always thinking about conferences and going on after that, but we'll have to wait for future years for that.
So how did kind of you deal with it and the team deal with it? Just the plug was pulled so quickly on competition. You guys were just about to get going in the spring.
Yeah, I mean, we had our group down for our Orlando trip for our tournament down there, and we started hearing some news about the NCAA March Madness kind of canceling and stuff like that. And you know, when I first heard it, I didn't believe it. It took a long time for me to kind of understand what was really going on. I just was like, it's not going to be that big of an issue, and then it just kept getting worse and worse. So I was kind of in denial for a long time until we actually got the call and said, come back. That was when it really hit.
So that's kind of the golf, but obviously, not just you, but the whole team is really kind of academically focused and academically inclined. What has that process been like, finishing up the last, 2 months of your freshman year, kind of with all remote learning?
Yeah, it was definitely strange. It took some time to get used to. I really tried to stay on my schedule that was in class. So I think Richmond did a really good job at making the transition. I know it wasn't easy for anybody, but I mean, all of us on the team are really driven academically, so it wasn't hard for us to stay focused. But it was definitely a change and took some getting used to. But I think again, a lot of credit goes up to Richmond for what they did, and I think people still got a lot out of it.
Yeah. So you're actually, I know you said you were back in Richmond now, but you were fortunate enough to kind of get out of town a little bit during quarantine. Just want to talk about that?
Yeah, I've been lucky. I've been down in Key West, South Carolina. There's some good golf down there, and stuff is it's a bit more open down there, and you can do more. You can go to the beach and stuff like that. So it's a little less confined as Richmond. But I've been fortunate to be down there with my family. We've just been kind of hanging out down there and not really trying to be too active, besides getting out to play golf occasionally and going fishing, stuff like that.
How do you kind of keep trying to keep the game sharp? Obviously, we're at least a couple months, if not more, from competition. But kind of what are you working on to make sure your golf game staying intact?
Yeah, it's definitely tough, just because going into the summertime and obviously going into competition for school, you're always looking at something in advance, trying to get prepared for it. And with how up in the air the summer schedule is, it's kind of tough to be so motivated. But I'm definitely I live my house backs up to one of the holes at Kiowa, so I'll go out there and kind of mess around at nighttime when the courses are closed, and I'm getting out to play as much as I can. Again, like I said earlier, it's tough to get out. The tee times are so hard to come by, but a lot of it is putting indoor. I've got some training aids indoor that I've been using a bunch, just because I mean the full swing comes and goes like anything, but the putting short game is always there for you. So I think that's probably the easiest thing that I've been able to work on right now, at least.
How much have you kind of been able to get in touch with the rest of the team?
Yeah, I mean we constantly are texting each other and Snapchatting and stuff like that. We've been having Zoom calls with coach and without. So we've definitely been keeping up with each other. It was hard, obviously, to see Zach and Andrew go like they did without really a proper send off. But we're obviously still in contact with them, and although we're not together, we're still definitely kind of have that team dynamic going.
So I'm sure being able to reach each other even virtually has been helpful during quarantine. I want to go through quickly kind of what are some of the other things that are helping you out during quarantine? What's the go-to quarantine food? Anything you're making yourself a lot of, or your parents are making for you?
I've been making a lot of mac and cheese, unfortunately. A lot of
Like
mac and
Kraft
cheese.
mac and cheese or
Kraft mac and cheese, yeah.
nice, fancy. What about the go-to quarantine app?
App, probably Instagram.
Okay. What about go-to quarantine book? Any reading for pleasure or just
I'm actually starting 1984, so I'm looking forward to that.
timely? Nice. What about a quarantine song or album or?
I don't know about album, but a big Dave Matthews Band fan, so going through a lot of their music.
Okay, nice, cool. And then you've got the official like Richmond
Yeah.
polo on today. What about the quarantine outfit? I'm sure it's not always this fancy.
No, I'm not a big like sweatpants and sweater guy, so I'm trying to stay. I don't know. I like certain outfits, so I'm still trying to look nice if I can.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and look forward to getting you back on campus in the fall or whenever.
No, awesome. Thanks for having me.